Hi, my name is Wendy Hendry, and I am a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life. I get to talk to you this week about avoiding the yo yo cycle. I looked it up in the dictionary, and of course, I read all about the toy, but then it also said to yo yo is to move up and down or to fluctuate. So, what does that mean in terms of what we're doing? Let me give you the big picture, and then I'm going to talk to you about how I personally got out of my yo yo cycle. Now, the reason Dr. Anderson started Take Shape for Life was because he saw that our country and even our world had a need. They needed help learning how to get healthy. He knew, like we all do, that diets just don't work, so he set out to teach people to change their habits. One of the habits that we teach is to eat every 2 to 3 hours. But in this crazy, hectic world we live in, it's pretty tough sometimes to prepare that many meals a day. So we use our awesome, yummy meal replacements to make that really easy and simple. For those who need to lose weight, we use our meal replacements also. And there's lots of ways to do the program, but most of the time, clients choose to do what's called the 5-in-1. And that's where we use meal replacements, 5 of them a day, and then we use one meal that we prepare ourselves. The program has the perfect balance and it gets you into fat burn so you lose weight really quickly and really easily. The thing that you need to realize, though, is that when we restrict ourselves, the survival mechanism in our brain is triggered. That part of our brain, and it's deep down here in the middle of our brain, is called the limbic system. I call it my animal brain because it's the same type of brain that the animals have and that keeps them alive. Anyway, when we go off of 5-in-1 and come out of fat burn, or when we go off of any diet in general, our animal brain kicks into survival mode and starts screaming at us for food. Lots of food usually. This can cause us to overeat, and sometimes, like in my case, it can even trigger a binge. So then what happens is a lot of times we'll hop back onto plan to try to get feeling better and lose the extra pounds that we gained while we were overeating. And then we go back off and our animal brain kicks into gear again, and hence we begin the drastic yo-yo cycle. So how can you avoid that unhealthy eating pattern? I'm going to tell you the things that helped me. I had binged for 35 years, and with these two things, I've been able to stop and to remain healthy. There are two things that I found are key. The first is to learn to ignore that animal voice. The reason that we are on a higher level than the animals is because we have a higher brain. We have another part of our brain called the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is a lot smarter and a lot stronger than that animal part of our brain. And you can use this part of your brain to tell the animal brain to be quiet. And as you ignore that beast of an animal brain, after a while, the urges just get quieter and quieter until they disappear. The other key that I found to avoiding the yo yo cycle is to focus on the habits of health. They are so, so important. Eating every 2 to 3 hours, balancing your carbs and your proteins, drinking your water, getting enough sleep, exercising, finding some time to relax and meditate. All of these healthy habits are going to work together to not only make it easier for you to avoid that yo yo cycle and to ignore that animal urge, but they're going to keep you healthy for the rest of your life. And you should have confidence that you can do this because if I can do it, anybody can do it.